Hello everybody, Mike MD here, showing you how to replace the steering wheel trim on the steering wheel. Sometimes it gets all jacked up, the little paint on there starts wearing off and it looks kind of cruddy. Putting a new trim on there really dresses it up. Also, they have aftermarket trims you can get to kind of personalize your car to well, your personality. So I'm going to show you how to replace it today. All you need is a pocket screwdriver like this and a Torx bit. This is a T20. That's what you're going to need, a T20 with like a little driver. You can use a little ratchet adapter if you want. I just use this little finger thing because it's really only finger tight. Okay, so this steering wheel model, there's kind of a couple different types, but you're gonna have to find a little soft spot right here on the back, and you can feel it by putting your finger. It's kind of a soft spot. Well, there's a hole in there. You're gonna get your pocket screwdriver and you're gonna feel around. You don't need a pry, it's a strict push, but there's a thin spring that you have to find before you can push, and it's kind of hard to find. Let me see if I can do it while I'm holding my phone. Make sure the screwdriver is flat like this, because it does go vertical, the spring that you're trying to push. I feel it, and it should lift the corner of the corner of the airbag right there, and you can get your other hand and kind of help pry it open. And it's going to look like that. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. It's a little harder on the other side because this side is ajarred, so it puts a little extra tension. But like I said, you don't need a pry on this one, it's a strict push. Going over to the other side here, see if I can see. And again, you're gonna look for the little soft spot right in here. And because the spring goes vertical, I'm gonna put my tip horizontal here. Try to find the spring. Oh, no. If you miss it, it goes too deep in. I feel it. With the steering bag off, you can kind of see how it works. I have the pocket screwdriver in there at the bottom, and you'll see this thing moving. There, you see that? You're pushing in and it moving in the locking spring, and that's all you're doing. There's no prying, just pushing. The next thing you're gonna do, and I take a little more care, being careful, but like I said, I'm trying to hold the camera just so for training purposes. You're gonna pry these little tabs off here. Make sure the battery is disconnected. You don't want to be doing any airbag stuff with the battery connected, just in case. Even though the battery is disconnected, the control unit or the computer for the airbag system does still store voltage. It has capacitors in there, and it takes a while for that to bleed down. So it can still activate the airbag even with the battery disconnected. Just so you know, you're going to go on this back side of the clip here. Lift up on the corners until it pops up like that, and then now you pop these out like that. Just be careful. There's some override plastic pins in here that is attached to that clip. You don't want to break those. It's called a bridge clip. Now there's 3 screws holding this trim on the back side here. And your steering wheel might not have this shifter paddles here. It's not really in the way, so you don't need to worry about it. And the screw is on the back side of this area, and at the bottom. And that's what we're going to show next. And that's when you're going to use your T20. Alright, so now I'm going to access the back screw right next to the turn signal. Bottom one, and the one on the right. Now that everything is all loose, you can pull the trim back. There's a connector on each side for the buttons here. Take this one off first so you can flip this around. I already took it off. And you're going to take these connectors off here. Just be careful. Actually, you don't need to take the connectors off. It accesses the screws right here to remove the switch. And you're going to remove both switches because you're going to transfer them to the new trim. And you're going to use your same T20 Torx bit to do that. I actually bought mine from the dealership, and if you need the part number, it is right there. You can probably find it online for a little cheaper. And there's a new one. And the back looks the same, and you're just going to do everything in reverse basically. Alright, there it is with the button screwed on. And don't forget the screws go on the top of each, because you're going to leave the bottom open for the screw right here, which is on the back side. Before putting the airbag in, it is very important of the routing of this harness. You want to put it back in the clip, back in right here. It's easy to forget, so when you go back on with the airbag, sometimes it won't sit right, sometimes your horn will come on at weird times, so not to mention damage going on here. So just make sure of that. It's easy to forget. When you go back on with the airbag connectors, you're going to want to install them like this. Push them in first. Don't lock the clip yet. You want this to be seated all the way in, and then you lock the clip down. I have the clips in. Now I'm going to put the bridge clip down on both. And going back on with the airbag is the easiest ever. Even with one hand I could do it here. So you just want it dead center, kind of to where it rests in there. And then you just push it in. Seat it in there. There. Beautiful. And there you have it. Beautiful, nice new trim on here. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video has helped you out. Please like and subscribe. I have some other videos like this, and also some topic related videos as well. Happy motoring to you.